Good morning, my dear students. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Atyorma Amrutam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samarprabha Nirvignam Kurme Devo Sarvakaryasu Sarvada Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Shanti. Good morning, my dear students. Today I am going to take class 3, grade 3, social lesson number 4, that India physical features. Social lesson number 4, India physical features for grade 3. Okay, so we know our India means Bharat. Okay, on north countries, north states, eastern states, western states, and southern states. Okay, and we have our geographical structure. Okay, you know the India map, right? So in the India map, we have Middle India, North India, South India, East India, and West India. Alright? And we see the three sides. We see the water. That is called Indian Sea. Right? That's called Indian Sea. And what are they called? We have mountains. We have plains, we have desert, we have coastals, we have islands, we have peninsula, we have the different seas, oceans, right? So let us learn more about its physical nature, physical features, right? So let's start. When Rakesh Sharma, the first India to go to the space, saw the country from the space, he said, "Sare jahan se acha," the best in the world. Rakesh Sharma. When Rakesh Sharma went in a space, saw our country from the space, he said, "Sare jahan se acha," the best in the world. The best in the world. Sare jahan se acha. Right? Would you know how you have said? What would you have said if you had been in this place? Okay, dear children. So let's. When Rakesh Sharma, the first Indian, go to the space and saw our country from the space, he said, "Sare jahan se acha," the best in the world. What would you said if you had been in this place? Just write yourself. Neevu Rakesh Sharmana jagadaga first Indian go to the space. Neevu space ಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಂತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ಕಾಣ್ತದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ? ರಾಕೇಶ್ ಶರ್ಮಾ ಹೇಳ್ಯಾರ ಸಾರೆ ಜಹಾಂ ಸೆ ಅಚ್ಚಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಯಾರ. ಅವರು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ದು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ರು. ಅವರು ಹೋದಾಗ ಸಾರೆ ಜಹಾಂ ಸೆ ಅಚ್ಚಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಯಾರು? ರಾಕೇಶ್ ಶರ್ಮಾ. ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ರೀಡ್ and understand the lesson. Okay, let's read. India, some facts. India is the 7th largest country in the world. As I told you, as we have discussed our map, okay, here we have 7 continents. In the map, in the world, we have 7 continents. Asian continents, North America, South America, Europe, Russia, Antarctica, and here the below is Atlantica. Right? These are the continents. Right? In these continents we have many countries. We have so many countries. So many countries. The India is the 7th largest country in the world. India is the 7th largest country in the world. Okay. India is the country in the Asia, and in the world India is in 7th place. India is the 7th largest country in the world. It is the continent of Asia. Which continent Asia India falls? It falls in the Asian continent. India falls in the Asian continents, European continents, North America, South America, Antarctica, Russia or Antarctica. Which continent India falls? India is in the Asian continent. India is in the Asian continents. Okay, Asian continent. India is in the Asian continent. Okay. India is situated in the North Hemisphere. India is situated in the North Hemisphere. Okay, North Hemisphere. In a previous lesson we have studied about hemispheres, right? We have studied about hemispheres. So this India is present in the North Hemispheres. Okay, North Hemispheres. Right? India is situated in the North Hemispheres. Right? The Indian Ocean lies in the south, the Bay of Bengal to the east and the Arabian Sea in the west. Indian Sea named as Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. Indian Sea is also named as lies in the south. Indian Ocean is lies in the south, the Bay of Bengal to the east and the Arabian Sea is to the west. This side we can see the Arabian Sea. This side we can see the Bay of Bengal. Bay of Bengal Sea, and here we can see the Arabian Sea. That Indian Ocean, this part is called as the Bay of Bengal and this part is called as the Arabian Sea to the west. In the north part lies the great mountain range, the Himalayas. In the northern part lies the great mountain range, the Himalayas. This is called the northern part, the northern mountains. This is called northern mountains. Here we can find the Himalayas. Here we can find the Himalayas. These are northern mountains. Northern mountains. Okay. So in the northern part lies the great mountain range. Mountain range means series of mountains. Series of mountains. Here north range, northern mountain range. Here we can find them. Okay. India is a peninsula because it's surrounded by water on its three sides. India is a peninsula. India is a peninsula because it is surrounded by water on three sides. It is surrounded by water on three sides. Okay. India is peninsula because it is surrounded by water on three sides. Here we can see the water. Here we can see the water. Here we can see the water. The peninsula means its three sides are filled with water and one side is connected to a land, mass of land. So that is called peninsula. Right? The physical features. India has different physical features or landforms. It can be divided into 6 natural regions. India has different physical features or landforms. It can be divided into 6 natural regions. 6 natural regions. What are the regions? I'll show on the map. I will show you on the map. Okay. So this is the Indian map. This is the Indian map. Okay. Right. This is the Indian map. So herein these are called the north and this is called south. This is called east and west. East and west. Right. So here we can see the northern mountains. Here we can see the northern mountains. Here we can see the northern mountains. The series, the range of mountains. Here we can see the range of mountains. Means one after the other mountain, one after the other mountain. These are called the northern mountains, and in the northern part lies the great mountain range, the Himalayan mountains. We can find it here in the northern mountains. Here we can find the range, mountain range means the series of mountains we can see in the northern mountains. Okay, northern plains, these are called northern. This green area is called as the northern plains. Here again it is called as a same northern mountains. Here also we can find the northern mountains here, and here the green part, this green part is called the northern plains. And here we can find the desert. Here we can find the deserts. This yellow part is called as the desert. Okay, then this blue part, this purple part is called as a, okay, this purple part is called Peninsular Plateaus. This purple part is called Peninsular Plateaus. Okay, here this blue part is called as a coastal plateaus. Coastal plains. And here we can see the purple one, the islands, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. These are called coastal plains. Islands, these are called as the plains. Islands, these are called coastal plains. Here these are called islands. This purple part is called as islands. Okay, here also we can see the purple part. The islands are covered completely with the water is surrounded by on all the sides. That is called island. Peninsula means its three part is covered by water and one part is connected to the mass of land. Is called the peninsular. The southern part of India is a peninsular. This is called peninsula. Okay, so one is the northern mountains. These are northern mountains, northern plains, deserts, and this is called as a peninsular plateaus, and this is called as a coastal plains. This is called coastal plains, and these are called islands. Okay, let's learn about physical features. Okay, so 6 forms we have studied. We came to know in the map: the northern mountains, the northern plains, the great Indian desert, the peninsular plateau, the coastal plains, the islands. Okay, these are physical properties, physical features of the India. India has different physical features of landforms. It can be divided into 6 natural regions. These are 6 natural regions. I had explained to you on the map which are those 6 natural regions: the northern mountains, the northern plains, the great Indian desert, the peninsular plateaus, the coastal plains, the islands. Okay, these are the 6 natural regions of the Indian physical features. India lies in the which hemisphere? Northern hemisphere, right? Let's learn about the northern mountains. The northern part of India has a series of big mountains called the northern mountains. The mighty Himalaya are a part of the northern mountains. Okay, the northern mountains, the northern part of India has a series of big mountains called northern mountains. Here we can see in the photograph, in the picture, a view of Himalayan ranges. What we can see? Mountain after mountain, mountain after mountain, mountain after mountain. There is no land space, there is no plains, only the mountains. Series of mountains. They are called mountain range. It's called mountain range. Okay. The northern part of India has a series of big mountains called northern mountains. The mighty Himalaya has a part of the northern mountains. Himalaya means a home of snow. Himalaya means home of snow. Okay. The northern part of India has a series of big mountains called northern mountains. The mighty Himalaya are the part of the northern mountains. Himalaya means the home of snow. Most of the peaks in the Himalayan range are covered with the snow and ice throughout the year. In the northern mountains, we can most of the peaks. Peaks means I explained you in the earlier class. The peaks means sharp edge on the top is called as a peak, right? The most of the peaks in the Himalayan range are covered with the snow and ice throughout the year. Okay? The Himalayas have some of the highest peaks in the world. The Himalayas have some of the highest peaks in the world. The Himalayas have some of the highest peaks in the world. Mount Everest is the highest peak of this and lies in Nepal. In India, the highest peaks of the Himalayas is in Gunja. Okay, Kanchenjunga, right? In India, the highest peaks of the Himalayas is in Kanchenjunga, right? So next we can see the features of our land is upper regions are very cold, so there is no vegetation. Upper regions means the Himalayas. Upper regions are very cold, so there is no vegetation. Melting snow and ice give rise to many rivers. Melting snow and ice gives rise to many rivers. Ganga, Brahmaputra, Indus, Yamuna, etc. are the rivers. Okay, northern rivers. Upper regions are very cold, so there is no vegetation. Melting snow and ice gives rise to many rivers. Ganga, Brahmaputra, Indus, Yamuna, etc. These are the northern rivers. Right? Rivers have water throughout the year. The mountains act as the natural barrier that prevents the cold winds from the entering to India. The mountains act as a natural barrier that prevents cold wind from entering India from the other part of the country. It protects us. It builds as the mountain mountains act as a natural barrier. Natural barrier means it's going to prevent cold winds from entering to India. Right? Lower regions of the Himalayan range known as foothills. Okay? Lower regions of Himalayan range known as the foothills has thick vegetation and forest. Many animals such as tigers, elephant, rhinos, etc. we can see in the foothills. Thick forest. Lower regions of the Himalayan range known as the foothills has thick vegetation and forest. Okay. Many animals such as the tiger, elephant, rhinos, etc. we can see in that region. So here the low regions, here we can see the northern Himalayas, here we can see the low ranges, here thick vegetation is there, and there are so many wild animals live. There are so many wild animals live, like tigers, elephants, and rhinos. Okay, hope you have followed. These are called series of mountains. Series of the mountains. These series of mountains act as barriers to prevent the cold wind come from the other parts of the world. And the sharp edges of every mountain peak is called peak. The highest landform meeting together is called as a peak. Okay, right? Followed. So here it's interesting. The Himalayas have the world's highest snowbound. The Himalayas have world's highest snowbound peaks. Himalayas have world highest snowbound in peaks. Snowbound peaks. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಮಾಲಯ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ನಾಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸ್ನೋ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಪೀಕ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹಿಮಾಲಯನಾಗ ಕಾಣ್ತವ. There are 3 ranges in the Himalayas that are parallel to each other. These ranges are the Great Himalayas or Himadri or Middle Himalayas or Himachal, and outer Himalayas of Shivalik. Outer Himalayas are called Shivalik. Okay, the Himalayas have the world's highest snowbound peaks. There are 3 mountain ranges in the Himalayas that run parallel to each other. These ranges are the Great Himalayas or Himadri, the Middle Himalayas or Himachal Pradesh, Himachal, and the outer Himalayas are Shivalik. They are divided into 3. Ranges. There are 3 ranges in the Himalaya that run parallel to each other. These ranges are Greater Himalayas or Himadri, Middle Himalayas or Himachal, or Outer Himalayas or Shivalik. Okay, so next we will learn about, that is all about the Himalayan part. Okay, the northern hills. Alright, now northern plains. We have studied about northern hills. Now we will study about northern plains. There are 6 regions, natural regions. They are northern mountain, northern plains, the Great Indian Desert, and Peninsular Plateau, and coastal plains and islands. Okay, so now we will discuss about northern plains. Okay, the northern plains lies below the northern mountains. The northern plains means flatland. Lie below the northern mountains. The main river that flow through this region are Satluj. The main river that flows through this region are Satluj, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra, being fed by the snow and ice of the mountains. The rivers are formed through the ice and snow in the Himalayas. The main source of water in the river is the snow and the ice in the mountains, range of mountains, right? So Brahmaputra, Satluj, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra being fed by the snow and ice of the mountains, these rivers always have the water in them. They never dry. Okay? Throughout the year we find the snow in the Himalayas, right? The features of the northern plains. What are the features of the northern plains? So here we can study the features. Soil is rich with a deposit of silt brought down by the Himalayan rivers. ಬಹಳ ರಿಚ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. ಸಿಲ್ಟ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ silt ಅಂದ್ರೆ fertile land ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಬೋದು. Okay, soil is rich with deposits of silt brought down by the Himalayas. Himalayan rivers. One of the largest and most fertile plains in the world. The land is one of the largest and most fertile plains in the world. We never find anywhere in the world. There's more fertile land we can find in the northern plains. One of the largest and most fertile plains in the world. Okay, this is the features of the northern plains. Variety of crops are grown here. Okay, variety of crops are grown here. A large number of people live here as the land is flat. The large number of people live here as the land is flat. Okay, hot in summer and cold in winter. Hot in summer and cold in winter. Fields in the northern plains. Here we can see this is very fertile land. We can find it in the northern plains. These are features of the land, the northern plains. Soil is rich with deposits of silt. Silt means brought down by the Himalayan rivers. One of the largest and most fertile plains in the world. Variety of the crops are grown here. A large number of people live here as the land is flat. The hot in the summer and the cold in the winter. We can see these seasons in the northern plains. Okay. Next, about the third natural region is the Great Indian Desert. The Great Indian Desert. Okay. The northwest part of India has a vast stretch of land covered with the sand. Such area are called as a desert. This area in India is known as the Thar Desert or the Great Indian Desert. It occupies a large area for Rajasthan. Where do we find the desert? We find it in the Rajasthan. The northwestern part of India, we can see the vast stretch of land covered with the sand. Such areas are called desert. This area in India is known as the Thar Desert of the Great Indian Desert. It occupies a large area of Rajasthan. Camels carrying goods and people in the Thar deserts. Okay, this is like a desert. Desert is full of sand and dry land. Snow, the water, rainfalls is very rarely rainfalls there in the deserts. Okay, in the desert, the lot of sand is there, so commonly we can't able to walk fast. So camels are used in carrying the goods and carrying the peoples from one place to another place. Okay, the features receives very little rainfall. The more features of the desert are receives very little rainfall, dry and not many plants are and trees. We can't see the plants and trees like wherever we find in our areas. There's only sand. There's a lot of dryness will be there. The summer are very hot and winter are very harsh and cold. Summer are very hot and winter are very harsh and cold. The camel carries the people and goods across the desert. If you want to pass through the desert, if you want to pass from one place to another place in the desert, the camels are used to carry the people and the goods from one place to across the desert. Right? It's interesting. That's all about desert, the third natural region of our land. It's interesting. The Gangetic Plain is known as the football of India. The region produces a variety of crops and food grains. The Gangetic Plain is known as the football of India. This region is produced a variety of crops and food grains. Okay, right? The Peninsular Plateau. So our area means Maharashtra, Karnataka, and again we have Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Kerala. So these are called Peninsular Plateaus. The fourth natural region of our country is the Peninsular Plateaus. The Peninsular Plateau covers the large part of India. It is triangular in shape. It is called as a Peninsular Plateau because it covers almost the whole peninsular India. It covers almost whole peninsular India. Okay, the Peninsular Plateau covers a large part of India. It is triangular in shape. It is called as a Peninsular Plateau because it covers almost the whole peninsular India. Okay, the features of Peninsular Plateaus. Here we can see the Peninsular Plateaus bordered by the Bay of Bengal in the east, the Arabian Sea in the west, the Indian Sea in the south. As I told you, the peninsular means the three sides which is covered by the three sides. Here you can see the map. Here we can see this part. Okay, this part. Okay, this is called Peninsular Plateau. Okay, because it covers the almost whole peninsular India. This is whole peninsular India. Okay, so the Bay of Bengal in the east. Here we can find the Bay of Bengal. Sorry, east. This is called Bay of Bengal here, and this is called Arabian Sea in the west. Arabian Sea in the west. This is called east. Okay, this is called peninsular, and here we can find the South Ocean, Indian Ocean in the south. Here we can find the Indian Ocean. The Bay of Bengal is here. See the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea here, and here we can find the Indian Ocean. Means its three sides are covered by water. Covered by water, and its one end is connecting to the mass of land. Mass of land. Mass of earth. Right? So bordered by the Bay of Bengal in the east, the Arabian Sea in the west, the Indian Sea in the south. The land is rocky and hard. The land is rocky and hard. Many hills ranges are present. Many hills ranges are present. On the east are called Eastern Ghats. On the west are called Western Ghats. On the east we can see the Eastern Ghats. Near the Bay of Bengal we can see the Eastern Ghats. And on the west we can see the Western Ghats. Rivers include Narmada, Tapi, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Rivers include Narmada, Tapi, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Rivers are rain-fed and have a little water if there is insufficient rainfall. Rivers are rain-fed and have a little water if there is a insufficient rainfall. If you get insufficient rainfall, we get a very less amount of water in here. These Narmada, Tapi, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, these are the rivers. These are mainly rain-fed. These are the rivers we find in the Peninsular Plateaus. Right? Narmada, Tapi, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Right? Clear? So next we can see rivers are rain-fed and have a little water if there is a insufficient rainfall. Okay, this is about Peninsular Plateau, the large part of our country, that is India. Okay, that is peninsular. Its three sides are covered by water, and one large part of it land is connected to the land mass. Okay, so next is the fifth natural region is the coastal plains. The coastal plains. The narrow strip of low flatlands that are situated next to the sea on either side of the peninsular plateaus are called coastal plains. So here we can see in the map, as I told you, here we can see the map. These are called coastal plains. It is connected to the ocean. Here it is connected to Arabian Sea. Here it is connected to the Bay of Bengal, and here is an Indian Ocean. This blue area is called the coastal plains. These part are called as the coastal plains. Followed the coastal plains. The coastal plains, the narrow strip of a low flat land that are situated next to the sea on either side of the peninsular plateaus are called coastal plains. So as I told you, this area is the peninsular plateau, and here this area, the blue color area, these are called as the coastal plains. The narrow strip of a flat land that are situated next to the sea, here next to the sea. Okay, on the either side, this side and this side. Okay, on either side of the peninsular plateau are called as the coastal plains. Okay, the Kodaikanal in Kerala, Ooty, Kerala. Okay, Ooty, Karnataka border, right, Mysore. So there we can see the coastal plains. The coastal plains that lies between the Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal is known as the Eastern Coastal Plains. And the one lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea is known as the Western Coastal Plains. See, as I told you, okay, here we can see the Eastern Ghats. Eastern Ghats are Bay of Bengal and Western Ghats are connected to Arabian Sea. Okay, the Western coastal plains are connected to the Western Ghats, and here Eastern Ghats, Bay of Bengal, that Eastern Ghats, right? Followed plains. The coastal plain that lies between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal is known as the Eastern Coastal Plain, ECP, Eastern Coastal Plain, Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. That is called the coastal plain that lies between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal is known as the Eastern Coastal Plains, and the one lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea is known as the Western Coastal Plains. Okay, Western Ghats, which connects to the Arabian Sea, which the plain comes between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea is known as the Western Coastal Plains. These are like these things. These are like the coastal areas. Okay, this is the fifth natural region of our physical feature of our country. Okay, so the features of this land is the Eastern Coastal Plain is bordered than the Western Coastal Plains. The Eastern Coastal Plain is bordered than the Western Coastal Plains. The coastal plains are rich in minerals. They have neither too hot nor too cold climate. Okay, Eastern Ghats plains border than the Western Coastal Plains. Okay, the coastal plains are rich in minerals. They have neither too hot or too cold climates. Okay, this is the fifth natural region of our physical feature of our country. And next we can find the islands. Our country has two group of islands. One is Andaman and Nicobar Islands and another Lakshadweep Islands. Okay, the islands, our country has two group of islands, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep Islands. The features of these islands are: the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are in the Bay of Bengal in the east. The Lakshadweep Islands are in the Arabian Sea in the west. The climate is humid and warm. These are low hills and beaches with the popular tourist destinations. Okay, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are in the Bay of Bengal in the east. The Lakshadweep Islands are in the Arabian Sea in the west. The climate is humid and warm. and there are low hills and beaches in which are the popular tourist destinations. Mahatma Gandhi National Park, Andaman Islands. Mahatma Gandhi National Park, Andaman Islands. Here we can find the Mahatma Gandhi National Park in the Andaman Islands. Andaman Islands. Okay? Hope you have followed. So I will show you where we can find the islands here. Here in the east, the Bay of Bengal. Here these are called as the islands of Andaman and Nicobar. Here we can find the Mahatma Gandhi National Park in this island. And here the Western Ghats, Western Islands, which is connected to the Arabian Sea. Okay? So islands are surrounded by, all over the surrounded by water. Okay? Islands are surrounded by the water. Its four sides are surrounded by the water. They are called islands. Okay? So here it finishes the sixth natural region of our Indian physical features. So first one is the northern hills. First one is northern hills. I'll explain you here. Northern hills, the natural region, which is northern hills. The range of hills means the series of hills, we can find it here. And second one is we can find the northern plains. Northern plains. Here we can see the northern plains. Okay. Here we can see the northern plains. This yellow color. So yellow color one is called desert. This is called desert. This green part is called northern hills. This is northern Himalayas. Okay. And the large part of our country, which is Peninsular Plateau, Okay. This here we can find the Peninsular Plateau because we call it the peninsular area, means its three sides are covered by water. Here we can see the Arabian Sea, here we can see the Bay of Bengal, here we can see the Indian Ocean. Its three parts covered by water and one is connected to the large mass of land. So that it is called peninsular. It is called Peninsular Plateaus. Okay. This is called Peninsular Plateaus. Okay. And here this blue area is called coastal plains. This blue area is called coastal plains. Here it is connected to the Bay of Bengal, the eastern Ghats of our country, the western Ghats of country is connected to the Arabian Sea. And here we can see the islands. The eastern islands and the western islands. Eastern islands are connected to the Bay of Bengal and western islands are connected to the Arabian Sea. Okay. Hope you have followed these natural regions of physical regions of our land. Okay. And its features. Right? Clear? Hope you understood. And here the word power. Range means the series of mountain. Foothills means hill present at the base of the mountain, foothill. Fertile means soil that can produce a good crops of plants. Harsh means very difficult to severe. Mineral means a natural substance in the earth such as coal, gold, copper, etc. Minerals are a natural substance in the earth such as coal, gold, copper and etc. Humid means a high level of water vapor in the air. It's called humid. Okay. After this we will recall the points what all we have studied in this lesson are physical features of India as follows: the northern mountains and the northern plains, the great Indian deserts and the peninsular plateaus, the coastal plains and the islands. Okay, these are the 6 natural regions of our land. Okay, clear? So after this let's go to the answer time. So either match the following: ball of wood, the Gangetic plains, the football of India, Gangetic plains. Tapi comes under peninsular. Tapi and the Peninsular Plateau, that river. The Lakshadweep, we can see the island. Lakshadweep is the island. Kanchenjunga is the highest mountain peak in India. Kanchenjunga is the highest peak in India. Highest mountain peak in India. So these are the match the followings, and after this we will go for the choose the correct options. India is dash largest country in the world. Third, fifth or seventh. India is the seventh largest country in the world. Arabian Sea lies in the west of India. Arabian Sea lies in the west of India, north, east, west, west. The thick vegetation found in the foothills of Himalayas, foothills, upper region or Mount Everest, we can find in the foothills. The eastern coastal plain, the east eastern coastal plain along the Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea or Indian Ocean. Eastern coastal plain comes under east. East is the Bay of Bengal, not the Indian Ocean or Arabian Sea, right? So after that we find the question answers. I'll share you the question answers. Don't worry. And after that we will have the explore. Okay. India is a peninsula as it is covered by the water on the three sides. So that are the advantages that a peninsula gives. Okay. Collect the picture of the following places, name them and paste them in your notebook. Refer to the Macmillan School Atlas and find out the names. Any state that falls in the Himalayan regions. Any state in the northern plains. Any state. Any one city near the Thar Desert. Any one river that flows in the Deccan Plateaus. Any one long eastern coastal plain. Any island in the group of Andaman and Nicobar. Okay, so this what you do is, you won't find the book right now because just Google it out, collect the pictures, just Google it out, collect the picture, take a print and write it in your notebook and paste the picture above. Okay, values and life skills. Just as how our country has many different physical features such as mountain, plains, rivers, seas, desert, islands, and we too have many different qualities. Think one of the important characteristics that each physical features reminds you of. For example, the mountain is strong. In the same manner, identify these features in those who are close to you. Okay, you can tell about any qualities, any good qualities or good features about your friends. Okay, your father, your mother, your friends. Okay, he's strong, he's intellectual person, that's the physical nature. Okay, he's having very sharp eyes. Okay, he's having very big nose, like that. Okay, clear? So like this, let's integrate. India has a number of landforms that gives you the unique status in the world. Find out which other countries have well-known mountains and deserts. Make a PowerPoint presentation in the class. Can you do this? Can you do this? You can't able to do this because you need a lot of skills. Right? Hope you have understood this lesson. The physical features of our India. India, the physical features, the lesson number 4 from the social for the grade 3. Okay, now simply I am telling you, here in this lesson we have learnt about 6 natural regions of our land. 6 natural regions of our land, which is natural, not man-made. Okay, which are north mountains, north plains, deserts, okay, peninsular plateaus, okay, coastal plains and islands. And that 6 natural regions have its own features. In Himalayas we find only the snow and the ice all the time. We can find the high peaks, snow and ice we can see in the all the time, and the rivers which are connected to Himalayas, that Himalayan, that ice and water, with the help of that the rivers will be filled. Okay, and northern plateaus, the most of the India is covered by the northern plateaus. Just we will study the physical features of our land and its features. Okay, Hope you have followed this lesson. Just read out, listen to this, watch and listen to this video, then read the lesson. Try to understand each and every concept of this part. Okay? Hope you got the idea. Okay? Shall I wind up here? Will you do this activity? Will you read it out? Will you listen and watch to the video? Hope you will do. Okay? Hoping that you have understood this lesson. I will wind up this class here, this session here. Let's see you in the next session. Thank you. Bye.